What up, fellas? So I want to talk about the one-nighters today real quick, all right? Why it's so hard for men to move on than women. Again, fellas, for those of you who really believe every time a girl tells you, "Oh, I can sleep around with a lot of guys because he's also guys are also sleeping around with a lot of girls." What you have to understand is she's talking about the top 10% of men, top 10, 20, 15% of men. Majority of men are not sleeping around with the same amount of girls that girls are sleeping around with when it comes to the number of guys that they're sleeping with. I know there's a saying that goes, if a guy tells you how many girls he has slept with, you take that number and you divide it by 3. They'll give you the actual number because guys usually try to brag about themselves. They actually try to make it sound more than it really is. Girls, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. They try to make it sound like less than what they actually have done. So if a girl tells you a number after you ask her how many guys she has slept with, you take that number and you multiply it by 3 instead of dividing it. That'll give you a close ballpark range of idea. So it's automatically given that obviously guys don't have as many options as girls do. If you just take that example, take that saying that I just told you. And you don't have to go through any kind of statistics, any kind of data to see any of this. Okay? You're friends, right, fellas? Just talk to your best friend. Talk to, like, don't just think to yourself, "Oh, I'm the only guy who's not getting laid. I'm the only guy with less options." Talk to your friends. Talk to your buddies, okay? Ask them. Like, if you guys are really close, ask them, like, "All right, how many girls you're talking to, this and that?" They'll tell you. Or if they don't, if they're lying to you or trying to brag about it, that, "Oh man, I got 10 chicks on my phone right now I'm talking to, I'm messing around with." There's always something, a cue, a hint that you can pick up that's given away that he's lying, that he's bragging, okay? Because guys who are really messing around with girls, when you ask them about how many girls they're messing around with, the guys who the top tier guys, the guys with options, they're not gonna just say that, "Oh, I have this amount of girls on my phone, I did this and that." They don't like bragging that much, for the most part. They just say, "Oh yeah, I have a couple of girls I'm talking to." They'll keep you in the vague area. They will never give away their true information. Like you can tell when people are bragging and they're full of crap. Okay. So that brings me to my next point. Which is the reason why guys have this one-itis is because finally when they find that one girl that's decent looking, that's not as crazy, that's not as demanding, that doesn't have as much bad attitude as the rest of them, the ones that want to see him after the first date, after the second date, and doesn't ghost on him and this and that. I mean, you have to understand all of this will come down later in the relationship. He will experience all of this from her at some point or later in the relationship. But in the early stage, when he's not experiencing any of those symptoms from her, then he starts believing to himself that, "Oh, she's the one." He starts talking about her to his friends. "Hey, bro, you won't believe the girl I met the other day, man. She's a cutie patootie. We've been clicking like it's nobody's business. She's been blowing up my phone. We were talking all day, every day." He's gonna start showing you. His buddies the text messages. Like, look at this, man. We're sending paragraphs and stuff to each other. That happened to me. I was talking to this one guy at my work, and he was telling me about his ex-girlfriend just cheating on him and just effing him over. And they dated for like 2 years, and she accused him of cheating when he didn't even do anything, just so she had an excuse to get out of the relationship. Most likely she was cheating. So after he went through all that stuff with her, he meets this other girl a month later after he breaks up with his ex. And he met this girl like 2 days ago. Like, this is me talking to him was a couple days ago, so it was like 2 days prior to him and I talking. And he's already like in quote unquote love with her. Like he just can't stop talking about her. "Bro, she's so amazing, man. She's this cute little thing, man. Oh my God, I can't believe I got her, man, this and that. Like, dude, we just talked about female nature. We just talked about your ex effing you over. What makes you think this girl is gonna be different? They're all the same, man. And that's just the sad reality is guys just don't understand this, is that they confuse the cupcake face with reality. They think that cupcake face, and if you don't know what the cupcake face is, the cupcake face is usually, it can last anywhere from 1 month all the way up till 6 years. So it's when the girl is doing everything you're asking her to do, or you guys are just clicking, you guys are just getting it on 5 times a day, 10 times a day, whatever times a day you want to get it on. And everything is just clicking nice and good, and you guys aren't fighting or anything. Everything's going fine. Oh my God, baby, I love you. You're just sending I love you to each other texts like 6 times a day, or like every 2 hours, trying to check up on each other. You get the point, right? That's the cupcake face, is that you're in mad love with each other. In reality, that's not love, that's just lust. And it's gonna wear out eventually. So guys confuse that phase, like majority of the guys, 98, 99% of the guys, with reality, because they think that's her true self. It's not. That's a facade she's putting on so that she can keep getting what she wants out of you, which are free dates, free validation, free compliments, a relationship. That's the most important thing, is women want relationships. Even girls who have slept with 600, 700 men, they still crave for a relationship deep down. We men are the gatekeepers of relationship. So that's why they want that commitment from us. So as long, and she knows that if she's giving you nice attitude, if she's giving you what's in between her legs, if she's not giving you bad attitude, if she's not acting crazy, she knows you will do everything for her. She knows how crazy man can get. She knows the things men will do to be with a woman. She's seen it. She has had experience with it in the past with other guys. She's seen it in her family, in her friends' lives. She's way more advanced than you are, fella. So this is why men have this one-itis, is that they finally latch onto someone, get someone, and they think she's the one, and man, life is just so happy, and I can't even think about my life without her. I don't even know what to do without her. Well, what were you doing before she came into your life? That's exactly what you'll be doing after she leaves you, because she will. I promise you. It's just a matter of time. Fellas, stop having this one-itis, okay? This is why men have a harder time moving on. Because because you have to realize, when it's time to move on from her end, when in her head she's thinking, okay, this is getting boring, okay, we're doing the same exact thing for a few months now, or for a few years. Okay, I got everything I wanted out of him. I got all the resources, all the dates, all the free compliments, all the free validation, all the whatever I wanted to get out of him, all the gifts, all the farmer market trips, fair trips, family dinner trips. I made all that with him. I took all the Instagram pictures I wanted to. So now he's of no use. He's starting to get complacent. He's putting on more weight. He doesn't work on his grooming style as much as he used to, because that's what happens. We get complacent, we get lazy when we have that girl, because we think, oh, she loves us for who we are and she'll always be there for us. She's always going to stick around. No, she's not. A woman will never love you for who you are. She'll always love you for what you can do for her, how you can make her feel. That's it. So that's why she gets tired and bored of you. And then she starts looking out for other guys. And when she finds a better deal than you, then she's going to start messing around with him before she breaks up with you. When that's settled, when she has a secure base into that next guy's life, then she's going to dump you. And that's why it's so much easier for her to move on just like that, because now she already has somewhere to go. It's not like she's roaming around lost, homeless outside after you guys break up, which is what happens to you, because you don't see that coming. Out of nowhere, she's gonna, one time or two times she might say that, hey, I'm not happy, or hey, this is not working out, and that you're gonna That's the point when she's pulling out. That's the point when she already has another guy in her rotation, or she's seeing somebody, or she's talking to somebody, or she's thinking about doing it with somebody if she's not already. That's the point when she starts to pull back, when she starts to pull away from the relationship, and that's the exact same point when you start to invest more and more into it. You start going crazy. Oh man, what am I doing wrong? Everything was going fine. Why? Why isn't she happy? What can I do to make it better? Baby, let me take you out here. Baby, let me buy you this. Let me buy you that. Baby, let's talk on the phone for one more extra hour tonight. All of this starts to happen. He starts to pull in more, come in more while she's pulling out more. So and then finally, when the switch happens, when she's just like, you know what, this is not gonna work out. We're gone. We're done. He's so far invested into the relationship that he goes completely crazy. While she was already preparing herself mentally to get out of this relationship 6 months prior to that even happened. So mentally, she's way far ahead. She already moved on. She was going through that mental drought, that mental withdrawal period, that mental fight, if she really was into you, when she told you, I'm not happy. But when it's time for her to break up with you, she's already moved on. That's why she doesn't get sad. That's why she moves on so much quicker. Because she started moving on long before you even saw it coming. And while she was doing that, she was telling her friends about it. Her friends probably hooked her up with some guy, or some guy probably DM'd in her inbox or whatever. It was really easy for her. It's really easy for girls to meet guys. Let's just admit that, okay? So some guy started talking to her, and she filled up that void, filled up that emptiness, filled up that hole in her body, in her heart, and with other holes in her body. The best way to move on from someone is going on to someone, regardless of whatever people tell you. This is why I highly suggest is when you go through a breakup, go get laid as many times as you need to. Okay, go get laid. I highly encourage it. Oh man, you're not gonna actually move on from her. No, you might not. It might still like hurt you later at night when you're sleeping by yourself, but at least your balls are gonna be empty, right? At least somebody's gonna take that. At least you're not gonna make bad decisions with full balls, which is like beer goggles for us guys. If we have if our balls are full of nuts, if our balls are full of cum, then we have like beer goggles. We can't think straight. Plus our broken heart. So at least take care of your balls. So now you have only a broken heart to deal with. You can make a little bit better judgments, a little bit better decisions when it comes to your next step or next girl you want to mess around with. Guys, I hope this video made sense. This is why it's so much harder for us men to move on, because we don't see it coming. We become very complacent when we find that one girl, because in our whole lives it took us so much harder and longer to find this girl that we quote unquote click with. There's no such thing as quote unquote click with. There's no such thing as the one. There's no such thing as she's the right one, okay? It's all fake fairy tale crap that people have lied to us about. Work on your life, work on yourselves. Let them come to you. And this is why it's so much easier for women to move on, because they have so many more options than we do. Give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Share these videos from my channel to your friends. I know this information can help out a lot of guys. But fellas, until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, you already know, stay classy.